welcome back to Peanuts World. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to home make your own wheel. And no, I'm not going to kind of show it step by step because here I've already made it. So I'm just going to explain how I have made a DIY wheel. So I have purchased a container that looks like this on the outside, and there's no hole, and ignore the popsicle sticks. That's another step. It's just a plain round container purchased from the dollar store, which is 12 inches large for a Syrian size hamster. You could get this for a bigger Syrian size or just a regular. Mine's regular, and I thought he'd be bigger, so I got him a big Syrian size, which is completely fine, I think. I know, it's completely fine, just don't get too big for a teeny hamster. So, you can get these types of container, or my door just opened, I'm smelling noisy. You can get any type of container or anything from the dollar store, I guess, or just your local store that sells containers. Just make sure that you're circular and sturdy enough to hold your hamster. Though this bends, it does bend. It's pretty flimsy looking. Peanut can run on this without putting anything on this, but because your hamster should not weigh that much. Therefore, if you had a rat, they'd probably bend this, so you need a better material. And I wouldn't go looking for that at the dollar store. The next step is, in this container, right where that hole is, there was a teeny tiny bump in the center, so that's how I knew where to drill a hole. That's the next step. You drill a hole in the center of yours, and in your container, I don't know if you might not see that. Oh, see that line going around? That might help center the middle, or you might just have to guess it. Then you have a hole now. Your next step might want to be, well, hopefully you've already cleaned it by now, but you're probably going to want to clean it, one final disinfectant and some soapy water scrub. And you might want to do that one final time before you put the popsicle sticks on, because it's going to be a lot harder with these. So if you need to clean them, I really suggest baby wipes. Just going to block the brand name because I don't need to be, copyrighted. Not copyrighted. Whatever the name is. But I'm not sponsored by this brand, but they're just regular baby wipes to wipe down your things. And, yeah, I think that would do it. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. And so your next step is taking non-toxic hot glue. So the reason why you want non-toxic, because obviously you don't want your hamster ingesting something that is toxic, because that would kill them, and I don't think any of you want that. So please check for non-toxic. And then obviously your popsicle stick does not look like that. So what you're going to do is, depends on how wide your wheel is, you're going to cut them to the right size. Now these were just practically cut in half, and they fit perfectly, and it's just to get a grip so they can move across, the wheel. So it's not just slippery and sliding, so you cannot, you can't miss that step. But you guys can get popsicle sticks at the dollar store. I found out long after I made this wheel. I think not long after I made my first wheel, but I made this wheel second. I already knew by then. You can get them there, and I don't think you could get a hot glue gun or non-toxic glue there. But maybe, who knows. So I'm just going to count the dollar sticks for this, but I'm just going to show you, this is so far all you need, and I'm going to add up the price. So this wheel was $1, and this was $1, and let's just say it was $3 for a, can't speak guys, for the glue sticks. So that would be, what, $5? Yeah, $5. And then, so that's pretty cheap, guys, and you might have some of these items laying around, which I will show you in the next clip, and yes, it'll most likely be a different color wheel. Alright guys, I'm back with the wheel and I realized something. This wheel, yes, it's white. But if you had started with this, that is fine for your hamster. And no, nothing is wrong about this. Nothing's wrong with the one I'm about to show you, but there will be a reason why. If you want to make a stand for this to stand up in your cage, you're going to have to go to a different channel. I will tell you the channel that will show you something to how to make a stand, but I did not make a stand, and I realized not everybody can just drill a hole in their cage. So, to make a stand, just go to Aaron's Animals channel and search up DIY wheel. At the end of it, she'll show you how to make a stand and screw the wheel into that. So this wheel could go on a stand, and every step so far for that is correct. But if you want what I have, and you have a man cage, and you don't want to put it up on a stand, and you just want to drill a hole in your cage, measure out where you want the hole. Obviously, you don't want 12 inches exactly touching the ground if you have a 12-inch wheel. You want 3 to 4 inches off the ground, or 5 to 6 inches off the ground, saying that you do have substrate. Though when you drill the hole in an empty cage, yes, it will look a large gap, but by the time you put bedding in, it will not. Trust me, that is a mistake I made. So here's the wheel. If you notice anything different, there is something in the hole. Alright, I took that out and I threw the wheel across the room. Just kidding. You're going to need a screw, as so, and it's not so silent, just warning you now. It makes a little bit of noise, but it's not like super, super loud. So if you want a silent wheel, then I hate to tell you this, but you're going to have to probably go buy a silent spinner. So it's just a screw. It doesn't need to be extra long, but maybe it depends to you. And I'm going to show you step by step what I do. So for the first thing, I take a washer. My fingers are so big for this tiny washer. Alright, a washer like that. Put one on, that's what I do, next to the screw. So it's going to look like that. Screw head and a washer. Alright? Then you're going to want to stick the screw through the hole, which is kind of noisy sometimes, but sometimes not. Alright, now you got this. Now you're going to flip it over and hold the screw up like this. This is the part that will be leaning against the cage, so this is the part that is going to need the most washers. I'm going to put in one washer, that was one, and 2 washers. Not only 2, but 3. It is your preference of how much you do want on this. And I might only do 2. Now 3's good. Alright, then from this point on, you will be sticking it into a cage. So, make an imaginary wall. So that part is hitting the wall. My hand is the wall. So that part is against the wall, but now you gotta screw it in. Take yourself another itty bitty washer and stick it on the wall. It fell. I'm trying to show you. So stick it on the wall. And you really can't. Alright, just pretend the wall's still there. Right now, the wall's in between this. So now that this is on the wall and you stuck a washer there, you're gonna need 2 nuts. Wall nuts, I think they're called. I don't know. You'll see. Or something like this. And then you screw this. It's easier to get locking ones, guys, but yeah, you don't have to, because you screw this on the wheel, and don't put this directly tight. Leave it loose. Leave it not touching, close to touching, but not touching the wall, or the other washer. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a teeny space. And just to make sure you're secure with non-locking washers, you might just want to add another baby one. And to clean your wheel, it's just simple. Sorry, I don't know where I was going with that. You unscrew everything, as so. You take this out of your cage, and then you scrub it down with a baby wipe or even a little damp rag with soapy water. So guys, that sums up this video on how to make a DIY wheel that your hamster can enjoy. No, it is not silent, but it's pretty quiet, so I would recommend this. This is not only a cheap DIY, but it is a good one, and a hamster wheel is an essential, and yes, they can be very pricey, so this is why I recommend this. I use this in Peanut's cage all the time, and he loves it. So if you guys are on a budget, I definitely make a DIY wheel. Yes, they work good, and you cannot go without a wheel, so they are an essential. So, here's the DIY wheel. Yes, it works. This is in Peanut's cage forever. It's been in there forever. And he loves it, and he can spin it easily. Just make sure you check to make sure it can spin every day, and if you ever have any problems, you're going to have to unscrew the washers and screw it back on, and if it still doesn't work, you might just have to make a new one, which is okay because it's a really cheap DIY. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video, or comment on this video. Let's see, what should we comment today? We should comment what DIY you guys want to see next, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys, I love you.